All right, everyone. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, this one's a question that I get asked quite a bit, obviously, because I have a lot of the Yngwie Malmsteen signature strats. What is my favorite Yngwie Malmsteen signature strat? So let's talk about it, right? I'm sure you can see it over my shoulder here. Let's grab this thing. So, when Yngwie came to town, I had to decide which guitars I wanted to have signed, and I figured, obviously, those are the ones that I really, really don't want to sell. So I had to pick my overall favorite, and I had to pick one that was kind of obscure. Maybe he wouldn't see those so much. So I picked my 2014 USA Yngwie Malmsteen signature, and I've had this one since it was new, and absolutely love it to this day. It sits on my guitar rack even after Yngwie signed it. I'm still playing it. Because I mean, realistically, if you're playing, you shouldn't be really interrupting this area. I don't play gigs or anything like that, so I'm not really too worried about it. So why is this one my favorite overall? So it has all the good features, and this is the same as the current production model. So anything from, I think it was 2012 and up, are going to have these same specs, right? It's got the bullet, it's got the nice big headstock, single string tree, still has the vintage style Schaller tuners. These ones are made incredibly well. This one is no different, right? All the ones that I've seen, some of them in the late 2000s before 2020, I've heard may have some opportunity, maybe from a fret finishing standpoint. I think some of the fret ends were probably filed, or however they do it, at a kind of a steep angle, so it's much easier to drop your high E and even your low E off the board. So this one doesn't have that. So if you're concerned about that, just take a look at your fret end. It should be mostly flat with just a little tiny bit of an angle. I've seen some of them that have a pretty steep angle. You'll want to stay away from those ones. But other than that, the fit, finish, quality, materials, and everything on these models is absolutely fantastic. And my favorite thing is, look at them freaking scallops, right? Those are some big old deep scallops. It's got the biggest jumbo frets. That's what I like. When I'm playing, I don't really want to touch the wood. I'm just so used to it at this point. I've been playing scallop boards since the late 90s. I scalloped my first board on a guitar that I had built from fret 12 to 24, and I scalloped it really deep, so I got used to that. So it was nice to see these just incredibly deep scallops, very, very consistent. As you can see, they don't really have a U shape. They go boom, deep really fast and stay deep, and then just kind of come back up to the fret. I'm imagining it'll probably be terrible to do a fret job, but if you develop the light touch from playing these, I've had this, like I said, since 2014. It's been my main Yngwie Strat. The frets could use a polish, but there is very, very minimal wear, and that goes for everything. Once you learn to play on a scallop board, I've told people this a few times, it'll actually pay for itself. Well, why? Because of fret wear. You don't have your frets wearing because you develop that light touch so that you don't overdo it and mess your frets up for no reason. So the other features for this one, obviously, I like the maple board. It is a one-piece neck, so it's not like the custom shop, which has the glued-on fretboard. And 4-bolt, obviously, like an extremely early 70s. Got the 3-ply pickguard, got the Duncan pickups, hell yeah. Got the six-point bridge, traditional bent style steel saddles there. You can see I float it. And the other cool part is this one has the no-load tone pot. So as soon as you get to 10, it's like a bypass. It's not a true bypass, right? It won't get you as bright as if you do truly bypass it, but it's kind of in between. So it'll give you a little bit more output and a little bit brighter. It goes to 11. Right? These ones have 3-way switches. So if you like all those in-between positions, you might have to get yourself a custom shop or one of the one of the Fender Japan ones. This one also has the flush strap locks. You know, since I'm just a hobbyist, it doesn't really wear around there. I'd imagine that might be concerning, you know, if you're out playing all the time. But if I was out playing all the time, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. But yeah, single ply for these. They have a nice big bridge block. I keep my plates on, so you can never see that, unfortunately. But it's there, I promise you. But yeah, overall, all of the newer models, these are the ones that you want. They have the best quality, best fit and finish. I mean, this neck is just rock solid. So like I said, first thing to pay attention to is the angle of your fret right here at the end. You know, it should be relatively flat, just a little tiny bit of angle. If it's got a steep angle, you're going to run into that, dropping your freaking high E and low E off of the board, and you're not going to be happy. People, you know, oftentimes will replace the bridge with like a Callahan bridge, and there's another Fender stock bridge that has a narrower string spacing, and people do that. But if I figure I'm spending all the money on this guitar, I don't want to have to spend extra money to upgrade it. It should be, you know, basically what I need right out of the box. You know, and the Duncan pickups, do they deliver? I dig them. You know, you can turn them all the way up and they're going to give you a bit more push and a bit more volume than the old DiMarzios. You can turn them down and still get in that DiMarzio kind of sound realm, right? So I'm kind of blabbering at this point, but, you know, check this thing out. Those grains, you know, they did really well with this one. And I just got lucky. I'm pretty sure I got this one from Sweetwater, if I remember correctly. And when it was shipped, it got this. I don't know if you, yeah, you can see it. Got that little ding right there. You know, so I think they hooked me up. You know, they treated me right. But that's really the only blemish on here. Otherwise, it's just regular old Playware. But these have the neck anchors too. You know, if you haven't experienced a guitar with neck anchors, that neck, man, it does not move at all. Anyways, you know, that's it for me. You know, just take a look at this thing if you want to. If you like my content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to keep bringing this content to those of you guys that want to watch it. So, again, you can't blame me for your gas, right? If you wind up getting gas just because you're watching my videos, that is your own fault. Turn this video off way before this time. If you're still here, it's your fault. Thank you.